This is a clip from an earlier live stream. I know you're going to like it, so the link to the full video is down below. Check it out. I'll see you over there. I want to bring in this video completely obliterating the whole Egyptian plane foolishness. I've said it from the word go, that it was dumb, that it made no sense, that it was illogical, all the above. Well, there's a young man who did a great video debunking it. He invested the money to look at those flight logs. He invested the money to pull up those real numbers and found out some very interesting things. So with no further ado, let's go.
September 10th, 2025, Charlie Kirk was shot and killed at Utah Valley University. Police say they have the shooter. There's a confession, DNA, and a recovered weapon. His name is Tyler Robinson. His parents identified him from FBI photos and helped turn him in. But online, a very different story has taken hold. A story claiming this wasn't a lone gunman, but a coordinated multinational operation involving Egypt, Israel, France, the United States, federal agencies, TPUSA executives, Brigitte Macron, and even French legionnaires. And at the center of it all are two planes. Candace Owens has told millions of people that two Egyptian military aircraft, SU-BTT and SU-BND, tracked Erica Kirk's movements 73 times over 3 years.
Between 2022 and September of 2025, both of those aircrafts, SU-BTT, the yellow plane, and SU-BND, the blue plane, showed 68 overlaps with Erica's documented locations, okay? 68 overlaps. I have since been able to add now 73 times that this overlapped, okay? And 29 of those instances also happened to include Charlie. I am telling you this information has been completely verified. I am showing you this on a spreadsheet now. These are all the instances in which this plane, 68 instances that this plane crossed with Erica.
She says the odds of this happening.
Okay, real quick. I'm going to stop. I'm going to make a station break. Down in the chat right now, I'm dropping the link to this young man's channel. All right, I just put it in the chat right now. There it is right now. Can we do something real quick? Open up another browser window. Jump over right now. He has 815 subscribers, so he hasn't hit 1,000 yet. Can y'all jump over there real quick? I mean, super fast. We're not going to be long. Like this video of his and go ahead and subscribe to his channel. I think that would be a blessing to him. Leave him a green heart. Let him know that, you know, this wackadoodle Jason sent me over here. But drop him a green heart or two and just let him know real quick. This is a super fast activity. And if you want to do it later, do that too as well. But yeah, go ahead and check him out because he's doing a great job of breaking down. When he breaks down exactly how many times these quote unquote planes crossed Erica and Charlie, it's a work of art. So just real quick, check him out, hit him up. I'll bring it back in. Let's go. There we go. All right. Almost 900. I love it. Yes, there we go. Let's go.
Randomly are
less than a 0.000000001% probability, okay, under random distribution models that these Egyptian planes coincidentally landed around Erica at these times.
In her words, the Egyptian planes hold the key.
The Egyptian planes hold the key, and that is obvious. Maybe these planes might be the key to everything.
They hold the key to solving Charlie's assassination.
Egypt to Israel to France, the United States to TPUSA to Charlie's murder. This entire web rests on one claim, that these two Egyptian planes tracked Erica Kirk 73 times. To support it, Candace said she used Flight Radar 24 and showed a spreadsheet on her screen. I screenshotted that spreadsheet and rebuilt it line by line. She says she verified everything using Flight Radar 24. So I did exactly what she claimed she did. I bought the Flight Radar 24.
Let me also point out, Flight Radar is an expensive program. If you go back and watch, one of quote unquote Candace's mommy sleuths, alleges that they did all this work. So Candace didn't do the work. It's a mommy sleuth allegedly that did the work. But the actual program, the actual app that they use to do all this is kind of pricey. And they never said that they actually paid for it. And I thought that was always interesting. So again, shout out to this young man for sure.
Or business subscription, the same one she says she used. Then I went further. I purchased a $950 3-year flight log from FlightAware to independently verify every entry. When you compare what the planes are actually doing to what Candace claims they did, the results aren't close. 66% of her location claims are wrong. And in 60% of the cases, the aircraft is on an entirely different continent. She has devoted much of her last 21 episodes to tying Charlie Kirk's murder to an international conspiracy centered on these two aircraft.
Egyptian plane, Egyptian planes, Egyptian military planes, Egyptian planes, Egyptian planes, Egyptian plane, Egyptian planes, Egyptian military planes, Egyptian planes, Egyptian military plane, Egyptian planes, Egyptian plane,
Egyptian planes, Egyptian planes, Egyptian military planes, Egyptian planes.
Candace claimed a source contacted her DIA hotline, alleging Egyptian passengers were escorted off one of the planes in Wilmington, Delaware by federal agents into a building housing the FBI, DOJ, DHS, and Secret Service. She presented this as evidence of U.S. government collusion.
I think we just want to know what he did wrong, okay? Because that email, that checks out. Yeah. Secret Service, the FBI, the DEA being involved, why this plane, the quote unquote Egyptian plane, landed into Wilmington, that checks out.
She publicly questioned Kash Patel, Tulsi Gabbard, and Joe Kent, suggesting they knew about this conspiracy and were covering it up.
That's crazy.
I think we know why Kash Patel is out, right? I mean, I read this, checked it, verified it, and
she verified it.
I just want to know why, Charlie. I want to know why the decision was made to murder Charlie Kirk, a decision that very clearly had to be approved by Charlie's friends.
Oh my God.
She suggested TPUSA knew about the planes and tried to kill the story.
There are good guys everywhere. You know, lightness is always fighting darkness. And I received an interesting tip from a Fed that I'm going to share with you now that might be relevant. But Turning Point USA put in a personal request to try to get the Egyptian plane story killed, you know, and I find that to be very interesting. What is it about these Egyptian planes that Turning Point USA didn't want them to be discussed? I don't know. But I am going to find out. I think we kind of have found out in a weird, really effed up way, actually. It makes my stomach turn.
She claimed Israelis, Zionists, and the U.S. government panicked when she mentioned them.
I can tell you that right now in government, there is real panic. There is real discussion happening regarding the Egyptian planes. It is 1000% legit, and it caused a lot of panic. And we're getting a lot of phone calls now from people telling us it has caused panic.
And that Israel censored her TikTok videos about the planes.
Speaking of the unique relationship between Egypt and Israel, TikTok is hitting us for videos talking about the Egyptian planes. That's very strange. Israel's moderator served in the IDF, we know, and Bibi wants TikTok secured for Israel's future. Why do they care about Egyptian planes that were there? It's kind of coming together. There's a picture here that's coming together.
She linked the planes to France through Satis, a French aerospace company operating in Wilmington.
Now I consider Satis, which according to our source, our well-placed source, is a front, right? Suddenly this French company comes in and purchases, leases.
So when you think about the fact that the plane argument is dumb, in a moment we're going to see just how dumb it is. Why was the whole story about TPUSA was trying to quash the story? That makes no sense now. So was she just outright lying? Let's go.
Is a hangar for only 2 years, okay? And immediately this becomes a location where our Egyptian military plane is going to land in Wilmington, Delaware. I don't think we can reasonably ignore that odd French company in Delaware now that our source proved to us that it certainly wasn't established to provide any maintenance to those Egyptian planes, and it was more than likely a front for something else. We should address that. because I know that many of you guys were wondering whether or not Charlie's assassination was meant to distract us from the Brigitte Macron investigation. And rightfully so. That is a fair question. Where was Brigitte Macron on the dates that Egyptian plane was from 9/4 through to 9/11? Where was Brigitte Macron?
She further claimed Israel was connected because an Israeli firm is the second largest shareholder in Satis.
The second largest shareholder for Satis is Israel. Yeah, it's an Israeli firm based in Tel Aviv.
When you compare Candace's claims to the actual data, 66% are wrong. 39 of the 65 verifiable entries place the plane on the wrong continent. She says the planes are tracking Erica. The aircraft are thousands of miles away. These are not minor errors. They are continent-level inaccuracies. They collapse the foundation of her theory. But there's a deeper problem. Candace provides no verifiable evidence for Erica Kirk's location. No timestamps, no travel records, no photos, nothing. Her entire overlap model depends on data the public cannot verify, and that she herself cannot independently confirm. If her flight data is wrong 66% of the time, the real error rate for the supposed overlaps, once you account for Erica's unverified locations, is likely above 90%, which means the overlaps aren't real. And without them, the conspiracy collapses. And there's zero proof these planes ever tracked Erica. Not once. The story collapses the moment you check the receipts. Charlie Kirk's murder is a tragedy. 2 children lost their father. A wife lost her husband. Millions lost someone they admired. And instead of honoring that, Candace Owens built a global conspiracy around his death, a patchwork of anonymous emails, wild speculation, and insinuation stitched together around a fraudulent spreadsheet. It's insane. She's accused innocent people of murder. She's accused Charlie's closest friends of betraying him. She took the people Charlie loved most, the people he built TPUSA with, and she taught millions to vilify them. She's been strawmanning the case against the man who's most likely responsible for Charlie's death, Tyler Robinson, while she also steelmans her international assassination plot that just happens to circle back to the same obsession she had long before Charlie was murdered. And when you look at the real data, the timestamps, the logs, the flights themselves, her entire story evaporates. As Candace would say,
it's so fake and gay.
The overlaps aren't real. The conspiracy isn't real. The only real thing is the damage Candace has done to the people Charlie loved most.
I know you liked that episode. This is actually a clip from a larger live stream. The link is down in the description, so you can go check it out. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you down there. Grace and peace.